Most of the men in our family served in the military because that was their way of defending the Constitution and fighting for it, and this is my way of fighting for the Constitution. I'm Monica Wegner. I'm a senior discovery attorney here at Troutman Pepper in the eMERGE subsidiary. I grew up in Southern California where being Hispanic was not considered an asset. It was actually considered a detriment. You're inferior. It was something to either hide or overcome. So having something like Hispanic Heritage Month means that it's not something to hide, it's not something to be ashamed of, it's something to celebrate and be proud of. My great-grandmother carried my grandmother from Aguas Calientes, Mexico during the Revolution. The fighting had come nearby and Pancho Villa's troops started to burn the food in all of the fields around them, so they had to flee to safety. I was raised by my mom. She was a single woman, and we lived in the high desert in California, in the Mojave Desert. And my grandmother lived in LA, in the Silver Lake district, which pre-gentrification was this really amazing Mexican community. I think both were dreamers and both had a lot of hope. The difference was they didn't have the opportunities. They would have been amazing for what they could have accomplished. They were both very smart. Because even though they didn't get the education themselves, they didn't down it for others. They promoted it and they encouraged everyone else to do better. And that's pretty selflessly impressive. We had very little, and when I was 7, for some reason that one week I had decided, when people asked me what I was going to be, I told them I was going to be a lawyer. Now, previously when people asked me what I was going to be, they would say, "Oh, that's great, that sounds wonderful." But for some reason, when I told them I'm going to be a lawyer when I grow up, they're like, "Whoa, hold the brakes, kid, let's be realistic. That's really not for you." Yeah, that's not really for us. Maybe you need to not be so ambitious and have more realistic goals. This coded language. Every time I was told that through my entire life, and this continued into my teen years, I would basically double down and come up with well, I'm going to show you. Now, I had no idea what being a lawyer entailed. I just knew that that's what people told me I couldn't do, so I was going to do it. So I think I got their stubbornness, and I'm going to keep it. I really like my work. I like what I'm doing. I like being part of this brand new legal field. It's a puzzle. Every day is a new puzzle, and it's absolutely fascinating, and I feel very fortunate to be part of it. I think it was definitely the naysayers. But I also like to hope that some of it was the idea that I believe very strongly in our Constitution and everything it represents. When you achieve something in life, you shouldn't just stand proudly at the top of the mountain. You need to lean over and pull 2 people up next to you. Otherwise, your accomplishments mean nothing. I hope I never actually feel like I've made it. I hope that I always feel like there's something more to do, there's something more to serve, and there's a lot more work to do. I never want to rest on my laurels.